What is good, Renegade Nation? It has been a while since we've done this, but before we begin the video, I want to give a shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters and YouTube members. Roman Penn, Michaela Chaperonova, Pixely Wolf, Donald Fuller, Eric Green, Matthew Paulson, Meister Mukteague, Alex Love, Tom Sketchit, Josh Wilson, Avery H., Libby Brinkman, Chris, Starkiller SCP-049, Kinvara, Frederick Yeager, Damn Isit, Jovan Ramos, Seth Clark, Yo Boy Daniel, Benjamin Cooper, Thezion1111, Finn Pirola Henderson, and as always, I'd like to give a shout out to our executive producer, Bevan Brummett, and welcome our new executive producer, Hades Belt. Thank you all very much for your support. If you want to support us on Patreon, feel free to click the link in the description. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you later.
Good job! See what happens? See what happens when you're stupid? See what happens? Ah! National security! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! No! Let me out of the box! Daddy, please let me out of the box! I'm stuck! Look at me! Look at me! Look at me! I'm stuck up here! I'm stuck up here! Look! You and I are very familiar with a certain basketball player. Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Jordan was it growing up for us. Seeing him...
Still is for a lot of people.
Well, yeah, still is. But there is a... Bryant Gumbel said something, and I agree with it. When he hears, like, oh, Michael Jordan saved the NBA. I will say this. Michael Jordan took the NBA to newer heights, but he did not save the NBA to begin with.
Magic Johnson, Larry Bird.
Yes. That rivalry and those two dynasties intertwining throughout the 80s, basically it created the perfect, like, incubation chamber.
East Coast, West Coast. I mean, there's many different comparisons that you
like
can make.
Like the hard, gritty style of the Celtics versus the fast break showtime finesse of the Lakers. Exactly. Yeah. And and then of course, people wanted to, paint the whole veil of black and white, even though there were black players. That
wasn't
on the
even
Celtics.
what was going on between Bird and Magic, though. There was definitely a high level of respect, and still is.
Absolutely. It was rivalry. At first, it was very hard rivalry because both of them wanted to be the best.
Yeah.
And when they looked at each other, they were both mirror images of each other to a certain degree. I mean, Larry was the more hard defending forward. That small forward that was a pest for a lot of people in the paint, and then you had Magic who could break, get on the fast break.
He did everything.
He was he could play every position.
Yeah, he
was literally probably the most versatile basketball player I've ever seen. In terms of highlight films, and I've seen highlight films of the Lakers. You had James Worthy, you had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you had Kurt Rambis. And you had Magic Johnson leading that charge. Mm-hmm. And then the Celtics, you had Larry Bird, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale, and honestly, it's just all these Hall of Famers come from these two dynasties. But there's a show that is going to start here soon on HBO, and it has some very interesting people in it. One who I think you will know very well. Well, maybe a few you'll know very well. So, Winning Time, The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty, we have queued up here.
So is this a documentary or this is a show with actors?
This is a show
playing?
with actors.
Oh my God.
Yes. Yes. And I know who's playing Jerry Buss, the owner of the Lakers.
Oh God.
When you see him, you'll just be like, I'm anticipating how you're going to react to that.
Well, here we are.
Here we are. Let's get to it.
I don't care who you are. If you're a human being with two eyes and a heart, this game, this industry makes you
Oh my God.
Yep. That's right.
Oh
What
no.
industry? Sweat socks?
No, show business.
Yes.
Hey,
Oh
Dr.
my
Buss, I'm going to buy the Lakers.
Ah, no kidding.
Welcome to sunny Los
Jerry
Angeles.
Buss.
Great for tans,
Tell them to win the championship one of these days.
shit for fans.
Take a
At that time,
We're
yeah.
trading in an empire of real estate for what? The entire league's on the verge of bankruptcy. Shut up, Frank.
I want to work for you.
All
So
right,
much
let's have
fucking
an interview.
hairspray.
Summer draft.
Right, the Lakers get top pick.
Right, so who do I pick?
It's easy.
Obvious choice.
The show's stopping. Naturally gifted.
Irvin Magic
Do
Johnson.
not use that nickname in this house.
Mama, she say magic the devil's work. Devil can't hoop like me though.
Do they even have churches in Los Angeles?
Los Angeles Lakers select Magic Johnson.
Us together.
I gotta say, man, the casting is great.
Yeah.
In terms of the look.
Every team's
He looks
got
just
fans.
like
We'll have
Kareem.
celebrities. Our girls, they won't cheer. They'll dance.
You think I'm gonna get out there? You think it's gonna change you?
I want to build something special. A real dynasty.
Far out, man.
Leave the dynasties to me.
Yo, what's
That's
up,
Red
man?
Auerbach.
You're afraid of competition.
There's Larry.
But you're no competitor. From here on out, we are playing to win.
Damn.
Remember who you are and where you come from.
It's my family.
You don't have family, you have fallout.
We've got a shot here to win it all. You know how rare that is?
What do you want for your future?
Everything.
It's showtime.
There they go.
Crazy.
Well, dude, I mean, come on, man. Like, I'm sorry, but you like that music and everything put together got me hyped as hell right there because I was just like, I was grooving to it. I was like,
Yeah, I'm like, all right, let's watch it.
yeah.
Shit.
The remakes of California Soul. I like what they were doing with that.
Yeah.
Also, the casting that they got.
It's incredible.
This. This guy has the smile. He has of course, John C. Reilly is Jerry Buss. He pulls it off.
Yeah, he does.
He's got the hair and the mustache and the glasses too. Everything that Jerry Buss, style-wise, was known for back in the 70s and the 80s, he's got it. And of course, a perfect casting it, the smile, the stature, everything. And then Jason Clarke is Jerry West, and see Norm Nixon. He's actually back in the beginning of the Lakers dynasty. Him and Magic butted heads because they were both point guards, and eventually the Buss family basically told Norm Nixon to take a hike, and we're just like, we're going with Magic for our future. Paid off big time because they won 3 more rings.
Yeah.
Because of that. And then Jeannie Buss, who is currently the president of the Lakers and was the biggest proponent of LeBron James and Anthony Davis coming to the Lakers here recently. And Jason Segel, I just
did not expect to see him.
Me neither. And that dude looks exactly like Kareem. I'm sorry. That is almost exact. And also, I mean, the hair, the sunglasses, the demeanor. And that's the thing as well. Kareem saw Magic arriving as a threat to his place on the team, but I think later on he realized, no, Magic is here to make me better. Mm-hmm. And because of Magic, Kareem is the highest scoring player in the history of the league.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that Kareem took care of himself.
If you had a tool like that, you would use it.
Oh, absolutely.
As a point guard, that's a scoring factory down low. So
I will say this: I have 3 all-time great point guard, facilitating point guards. You know, who valued the assist more than they did scoring.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yep.
And this is going to be the third one. This is a lot of people don't put him up there. John Stockton.
Yeah, he was good.
Because
very good.
Like, he facilitated so much of that offense by serving it to Karl Malone. I mean, when you got a dude like Karl Malone, like, pressing in the paint.
Right, but I would definitely put somebody like Steve Nash over him.
Nash, I would say, like, again, I would say if Nash had won a ring, absolutely. But I would say John Stockton was just as good a scorer as
nobody
Steve
ever
Nash.
talks about Tony Parker anymore either, which is ridiculous.
Well, and Tony, again, he had Manu Ginobili, he had Kawhi Leonard there at the end.
The whole team was good.
Yeah, and of course you can't. Yeah, the big fundamental himself. Yeah, you can't discount anything that they had.
There are a lot of good point guards that I don't know, man.
Well,
Isaiah Thomas is definitely
Zay. Yeah,
you know,
he
better than Stockton.
I would say in terms of it's also
all around as a player.
All around as a player, I would say. Although I will say John Stockton in terms of durability. And in terms of...
Isaiah Thomas caused a lot of problems, too.
Well, no, and here's the thing. John Stockton is the all-time leader in steals, all-time leader in assists.
No, I mean in the locker room.
And in the locker room.
And with people,
Zay,
you know.
Isaiah Thomas.
He had a lot of problems with people.
Of course, and he wanted to mentally dominate you.
Yeah.
That's how he operated.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest what-ifs... after Kareem Abdul-Jabbar retired in 1989, after the 1991 season, there was talk that they were going to potentially seek getting Hakeem Olajuwon. But then Magic's announcement of his HIV diagnosis.
Right.
Answer me this: if the Lakers if they still had Magic Johnson. If he wouldn't have contracted HIV, and if they would have had Hakeem Olajuwon as their center, do you think they would have stood a greater chance against the Bulls if they met again in the playoffs?
Of course, they would have stood a better chance, but
again,
when Jordan started peaking, it was over for everyone.
Well, him and Pippen both, because Pippen, and that's one thing a lot of people forget. Pippen was the main point of defending against Magic Johnson
when he wanted to be. A lot of Pippen is, again, just like Isaiah Thomas, if as long as his head was in the right place.
Oh yeah, in which that was the magic of Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson could mentally put you in that place.
Well, that was also the magic of Michael Jordan. His head never left that place.
Oh no, ever. He was laser focused 100% of the time,
and you just can't. That's not something you can coach, manufacture, or do anything about, and that's the downfall. There's no doubt if Scottie Pippen had the mentality that Jordan had, he might have been better than Jordan.
Probably. Because he was taller. And
he just didn't.
I would say he was definitely as equally as good as defender as Jordan.
He would destroy himself in an attempt to spite somebody else.
This is true. That's like the whole Tony Kukoc thing that happened. That was, even he admitted that, he's like, would I do it different? I'd do it all over again.
But even outside of, that documentary, The Last Dance, there's plenty of times that he's shown that he's not very good at seeking revenge on people.
Yeah, unfortunately.
He usually screws himself.
I will say my one pet peeve against this is the fact that it's not called Showtime.
Yeah.
Showtime, the rise of the... winning time. That doesn't really, that doesn't...
It's probably because of the Showtime channel and it being on HBO.
Actually,
Showtime on HBO, I don't know.
Actually, you want to know the funny thing about this? I saw an interview, it was yesterday, whenever I was looking stuff up about this. Magic Johnson... actually was not consulted for this at all. Magic, when he felt I don't even think they asked him to do anything for it. So now him and Jeannie Buss, the current head of the president of the Lakers, is basically making their own thing as to sort of give a middle finger to this. So that's another thing too. I mean, that's unfortunate, but honestly, from everything from the casting and everything in this, I mean, this looks great. I'm hoping that they at least remain within the lines of historical realism to a certain degree.
But I mean, it's like you don't really have to ask.
You don't really know.
I guess they could have been courteous about it, but
there was something that I heard, like there were people saying about like the treatment of certain characters in this. Like if you portray someone historically inaccurate, like they could potentially get you for defamation.
Well, I mean, if it's a real person, then it's fucked up. Like the shit that Quentin Tarantino did to Bruce Lee, in my opinion, was fucked up.
That is very fucked up.
I
agree.
But as long as they kept it in between the lines on this, I don't see any problem in doing it that way. I think it would be interesting if somebody made a series about shit that happened in my life, and I just got to go watch it and didn't have to worry about dealing with the bullshit, the making it and everything. I would rather, like, if what's out there is out there, then whatever. If people tell me there's fucked up shit, it may even be weird to watch it, Fucking, I may not even want to watch it.
Well, and that's the thing they asked Magic. They asked Magic if he was going to watch it, and he said more than likely no, because
he lived it.
He lived. Well, yeah, that's the one thing about it. I mean, it's Magic Johnson we're talking about, dude. Anyway, so yeah, that was
looks good.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, John C. Reilly. That's dude. Always like that was like
he's fucking hilarious, dude.
He is, and I think him as Jerry Buss is a perfect like casting choice.
Yeah,
because Jerry Buss was a very like over the top
eccentric,
yeah. Very very wealthy, but at the same time very down to earth.
Yeah,
he knew like what got over with people. And anyway, I'm excited for this. What do y'all think? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. If you got any basketball talk, feel free to vent it down below as well. And until next time, everybody, signing off. I'm Nate.
I'm Chad.
See you later, everybody. Peace.